Hello and good evening, YouTube. This is Justin, JML underscore Diecast underscore graphs. Today I'll be going over my Diecast collection and setup and everything. A lot of you guys voted yes on my Instagram to see it, and I've been requested it a lot, so we'll be going over it. I'll be doing 164s first. So I'm going to start over here with this shelf right here. Mainly made up of Gen 4s. As you see, I have a couple legend cars right here. Petty, Pearson, Yarbrough, and Dale Earnhardt. This is mainly a shelf I consider, like I said, it's mainly for Gen 4s, and there's a different driver in here of guys that raced in the 2000s and a few late 90s. I have a couple drivers that I have more than one of for certain reasons. I will go over that. Of course, yeah, you see the older school cars, Petty, Pearson, Yarbrough, out of respect for them. They go in the front. Followed by Dale Sr. Here's Tony Stewart, Gordon, Earnhardt, Johnson, Labonte, Waltrip, Rusty, Newman, Busch, Kenseth, Martin, Edwards, Biffle, Harvick, Burton, Jarrett, Sadler, Park, Rudd, Sterling, Mears, McMurray, Mayfield, Elliott, beat up Elliott car, Kyle Busch, Kane, Ward Burton, and a Terry Labonte. Followed by in the second row we have Hamlin, Truex, Custom Clint Boyer, Jack Daniel, Jeff Green, Cheerios, Brian Vickers, Robbie Gordon, Montoya, Craven, Nemechek, Riggs, Gone, Rudiman, Petty, and Jeff Green once again. As I said, there's a couple drivers here. I have doubles left in this row. I mainly grew up watching Jeff Green in the AOL car, so that's why I've kept that car. That was my first car, but since I never had John Andretti's 43 and I only had Jeff Green's, I kind of put them both here. Why not? Mike Skinner, Darrell Waltrip, Johnny Sauter, Menard, Schrader, Leffler, Hamilton. Rest in peace to both of them. Dave Blaney, here's John Andretti, Kerry Earnhardt, autograph Boris Said, Brett Bodine, Jack Sprague, Jerry Nadeau, Johnny Benson, the Kmart duel of Spencer and Bodine, Casey Atwood, and Mike Bliss. Here's another Kenny Schrader car. I'm actually planning on moving this one as soon as my Andy Houston car comes in the mail, and I'm moving it somewhere else, but there's his M&M car. Ernie Irvin, Derek Cope, Kevin LePage, Chad Little, Ted Musgrave, Robert Presley, Kenny Irwin, Kenny Wallace, Travis Quaffle, Tony Raines, Brian Vickers, AJ Allmendinger. I have Vickers up here because those two cars, they have to go together. They could not go together. They have to be together, especially since Allmendinger's is a Gen 4. Reagan, Gilliland, Ricky Rudd, same with Ricky Rudd. His car looks good next to Gilliland, so I decided to keep him. Here's John Wood, Stremme, Reed Sorensen, Bill Lester, Dave Marcus, Morgan Shepherd, Jeff Bodine, Davey Allison, Alan Kowicki, Lake Speed, David Green, Steve Grissom, Wally Dallenbach, Hut Strickland, Shauna Robinson, and then the final two cars are Ricky Carmichael and Jim Englebright, K&N East and West Series cars, but since they are Gen 4s, I give them an excuse. So that is the Gen 4 shelf, as you can see, mainly made up of guys I grew up watching and, all that good stuff. So it's probably, trying to get the camera to focus, there we go. It's probably my favorite shelf I have. Got a little Christmas tree, decided to keep it. Just then you see like a little few photos, just to customize it, looking good, make it look good. Stewart, Gordon, Earnhardt, Johnson, Petty, Earnhardt, and a couple old school 2001 stickers I have. Then a bunch of my tickets from the past maybe 5 years, mainly Sonoma Raceway. I got a few Auto Club on here. So the second shelf is made up of Gen 4s, a few COTs, and Gen 6s. I call it my Legend shelf. It's where literally all my Earnhardt Sr., Tony Stewart, and Jeff Gordon cars are, so we'll go ahead and go through them, as well as some COT cars. So let's start with Earnhardt. You see here's first haul of my Earnhardt cars, a few back there as well with Terry Labonte, Rusty Wallace, Bobby Labonte, Dale Jarrett, Kenseth and Earnhardt Jr. last rides, and Earnhardt Jr.'s Wrangler, and then two of his Daytona cars he won in. Those are not race versions, they're just regular standards, as well as his Coca-Cola car. And then for Tony Stewart, we'll start off with Tony's Shell Busch car, moving into his Home Depot days. There's his McDonald's car. That's his Brickyard 400 race version. Old Spice, COT, a few of the cars he won with at Daytona, old Office Depot, Burger King duels, Mobile One, as well as his two Mobile One Salute cars from the Sonoma races, as well as a primary. Oreo Ritz, Darlington throwbacks. and 2 of his 2016 cars, his last ride. And then here's more of his Bass Pro cars: 2014 Primary, 2014 Daytona, 2015 Primary, 2016 Daytona, Rush Truck. For Jeff Gordon, Darlington Retro. There's his Pepsi Primary, his Coke 600 car from '07, his Homestead car from 2012, last ride, Martinsville win. I got his Baby Ruth car up there from the Busch Series, Pepsi, 3M, Panasonic, all that good stuff. Then a few more over here I missed. There's Michael Waltrip's Star Striping and all that. The Star Stripes and Napa car that he finished second at Dale Jr. That's why I keep them next to each other. Tony El Monterey. And then for COTs, I've never really had a lot of COTs, but I do have a lot of drivers, and I took one of each driver I have and put them back here. You can see there's Dale Jr. Amp, Michael Waltrip, Kyle Busch, Mears, Burton, Edwards, Labonte, Boyer, Newman, Biffle, Hamlin, Kane, Sadler, Reagan, Martin, Dinger, Sam Hornish, Logano, Truex, Dario, Custom, Jeremy Mayfield, Big Red, John Andretti, and then back here are just some promo cars. NASCAR Nextel Cup '06, the Walgreens '07 promo, NASCAR 60 Years '08, Digger and Friends, Richard Petty Hall of Fame. Here are the SpongeBob cars from 2015, a couple of them, Reagan, Ty Dillon, and Mears. Jerry Nadeau, Dexter car, and then a few Richard Petty, 1-800 Petty car, and then the old school Terry Labonte looking car. Behind it, I have as well just, a bunch of little photos and whatnot just to make the design look good. A little Casey Kane, Matt Kenseth, Greg Biffle. This was the sticker I got on my first ever Tony Stewart car, which was his '03 car. That's a photo from his Sonoma win. That's a photo of Tony Stewart's car from Las Vegas 2007. Here's his Home Depot car from 2004. This was at one of my local Home Depots when they had his car there, his show car. There's a picture of me from 2004. I think I was like 7 years old. Dale Jr. car, Tony Stewart, a lot of Tony Stewart. And then Dale Jr. stickers. A few more of Tony's Sonoma win pictures. Dale Earnhardt, Martin Truex, Kenny Irwin. And then over here, I got Dale Jarrett, Kevin Harvick, Richard Petty, Rusty Wallace, Darrell Waltrip, all that good stuff. Love the designs I keep up. Let's move on to down here. So pretty much the rest of my cars that I have that are different drivers and all that weren't either on this shelf or that shelf. Like the rest of the guys like Jimmy Johnson, Dale Jr., Kevin Harvick are down here. But let's start with Gen 4s. Here's some. Right here, you see like Skinner, Vickers, and 2 Ward Burtons, and Nemecheks, Riggs, Ken Schrader. Back here, you see some Bill Elliott's, Jeff Green, Kyle Petty. Move over to here. It's a little dark, but bear with me. Kenny Wallace, Dave Blaney, the rest of my Casey Canes, Jeremy Mayfield, Benson, Montoya, bunch of Newmans, McMurray, Labonte, Hamlin, Park. Here's Casey Mears 07 and Casey Mears' '07 Coke 600 win. Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson, Terry Labonte, again. Elliott Sadlers, there's Biffle, Kurt Busch, and then a Ricky Rudd back there. Here's Jeff Burton, Prilosec, some of his 99s. Robbie Gordon 31, Kevin Harvick, Matt Kenseth, that's his Auto Club win. Jarhart from '07. Bunch of Mark Martins. Michael Waltrip Racing, Waltrip and Dale Jarrett, and then Michael Waltrip's '06 car. There's Dale Jr.'s Salute car from '07, and then a Kyle Busch COT, and then a few more Kyle Busch COTs, combos, 4th of July, and then Snickers, Kyle Busch CVS cars, 2011, I think. Now we're into the Gen 5s, as you can see. There's Paul Menard, David Rudiman, Jeff Burton, Marcus Ambrose, Carl Edwards, Matt Kenseth. I have another Kenseth Gen 5 coming in, so be on the lookout. 5 Hour Energy, Clint Boyer Spin Master release, and Stephen Wallace Lionel release. It wasn't a problem back then, Lionel. Why is it a problem now? Cole Witt. Now we're back. Now we're into the Gen 6 cars. Cole Witt, Michael McDowell, Alonde, Yaley, Menard. You can see over here, there's Amarola, Mears, Logano, BK Racing, the 2018 Hendricks, Sam Hornish, Busher, Austin Dillon, DiBenedetto throwbacks, Jeffrey Earnhardt Reagan, Trevor Bain, Stenhouse, Ryan Blaney, AJ Allmendinger, McMurray, Keselowski, Biffle, Bubba Wallace getting that collection built up real quick. Newman, Larson, and Chase. Here's Truex, Casey Kane, a lot of Casey Kane, number 5s. Here's Hamlin, Boyer, a couple Boyers right here. Jimmy Johnson, got a long row of Jimmy Johnson Gen 6s. Here's a Carl Edwards car, Jimmy Johnson 2015 underneath it. Carl Edwards throwback. Matt Kenseth, Danica, Kurt Busch, Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, and then Dale Jr. And then Kyle Busch. A lot of his Halloween cars, championship cars. So, that's all the rest, but now we move to the Busch Series. I keep all my Busch Series cars separate, as you can see. Busch Nationwide Xfinity, unless it's Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, and then I have a Dale Sr. Busch car up here, as you've probably seen. So let's start with the Busch Series. We'll actually start with Xfinity. Couple Ryan Sieg customs. Very nice. I'm happy I found these. Booyah. And then Lombard Brothers. Briscoe. Christopher Bell. Allgaier. Blake Cook. Custer, Harvick, Sadler, Bubba, Jones and Suarez back there. You got the Leach Mobile of Mark Martin, JTG cars. Those are a few Gen 5s, but here's a few more Gens, modern days. Gen 4s, excuse me. Ty Majeski, Custom Justin Marks, Austin Dillon. Here's a JJ Yaley. But let's finish out with the modern days. Here's Danica Patrick, Regan Smith, Pastrana, Brandon Gaughan, Chris Buescher Championship, Chase, Dale Jr., and now we'll go to the Gen 4s. Nationwide, Keselowski, Carl Edwards, Johnny Slaughter, Clint Boyer, Michael Waltrip, Darrell Waltrip, Matt Kenseth, Logano, Hamlin, Reed Sorensen, Scott Wimmer, Nemechek, Lance Hooper, Ricky Craven. Here's Dale Jr. and Kevin Harvick's. I have a lot of Dale Jr. Oreos. Those are some of the best. Dale Jr. KFC, Taco Bell. Kevin Harvick, he had some good ones. Martin Truex, 2004, and Talladega win. Mayfield, Kenny Wallace, Mike Wallace, Kyle Busch, Brian Vickers. We'll move over to here. There's Ron Hornaday, Jason Keller, Adam Petty, Casey Atwood, Justin Labonte, Bobby Hamilton Jr., Scott Riggs, Jimmy Spencer, Lyndon Amick, and then final row, Jack Sprague. Ricky Hendrick, Bernie Lamar, David Stremme, Randy LaJoie, and Dennis Setzer. And show you one more time the Busch cars that I do have up here is Dale Sr.'s AC Delco, Tony's Shell, Tony's McDonald's car from 04, Tony's 06 Old Spice, Nationwide, his Oreo Rit, 2012 Oreo Birthday, 2013 Ritz. And then for Jeff Gordon, you got the Baby Ruth. But I got two more for Tony Stewart that I just got, as you've probably seen on my Instagram. Still working on getting them up on the shelf somehow or another. His 2011 car he won with, the Oreo Ritz. And then his car he won with in 2005, Mr. Clean. This is it's a hard one to find. I paid $8 for it loose, but it's in good-ass condition. Man, this was always a hard one. I never could find it back at, like, Target, Walmart, Kmart back in the day. Hard. So the last of the 164s are my sets. Here's the 2001 Monte Carlo 400, Hamilton, Harvick, Green, Skinner, Gordon, Labonte, Park. Here's 2002. Hold on a second. Here's 2002. Hamilton, Harvick, Green, Robbie Gordon, Mike Skinner, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Terry Labonte, and Joe Nemechek. Here's the 2002 Muppets, Spencer, Labonte, Mayfield, Elliott, Atwood, Rudd, Jarrett, and Johnny Benson. And then here is my Days of Thunder set. I actually just got the City Chevrolet car a couple weeks ago. I didn't share it on my page. I've had the other four since, I don't even know how long. I was a kid. I got them at a garage sale, but here is the complete set now. Pretty cool. Had to finally do it. And the final set, the best one of all, Talladega Nights, John Girard, Cal Naughton, and then the Ricky Bobby cars, and the Chevelle and the Cougar. There's a couple of the hoods. Man, that was the This was hands down the best one I got in 2018. So now, 124 time. Let's come over to here. We'll start with some 124s. Here you see a Sterling Marlin, Muppets, Bill Elliott, and Dale Jarrett. These were my first ever two. This was my first, this was my second. Got them in 2002, or whenever they came out. Ricky Rudd, Casey Kane, McMurray, another Sterling Marlin, Mike Bliss, one of my favorites. Dave Blaney, also one of my favorites. Got it for Christmas that year. 2005 that was. Dale Jarrett, 2005. Joni Micheko, 4. Jeff Burton, and 2 Jeff Burtons. Dale Sr., 2000. Michael Waltrip, 05. Kenseth, 03. Boyer, 07. Mayfield, Kenny Wallace. This one I just got for Christmas. It's Martin Truex's Sonoma win. I was there, so of course I had to get it. Here's a few more 164s I forgot. Natalie Decker. Gosh, she's hot. Bob Keselowski, Jim Engelbright, and a couple serial cards. Casey Mears autographed 08. And then let's move on to up here. Johnny Sauter, Daytona win. Matt Kenseth's Smirnoff Championship car. Kurt Busch, Daytona 500. Tony Stewart 07 COT with the Gen 4 07. And then the rest of my Tony Stewart cars. 2004 Home Depot Monte Carlo with a Bobby Labonte IROC. Little tools and toolbox. Tony Stewart 2005 Daytona win. Still my favorite Daytona memory. Got a custom card with it. Here's one of Tony's trucks. He won in that truck at Richmond in 03. Here's my Tony Stewart Color Chrome Championship car with the 164 Mobile 1, the 164 Office Depot, and a custom trophy. Very nice. Very nice. I got that for $50 a couple years ago. Good deal. And then the Sonoma win. His final win. Lug nut I got from the crew earlier on. Some confetti, a little trophy. That's from Clint Boyer's team from 2017. A few more cars. His Sonoma win 164. Standard finish. Nature's Bakery. And then a 2017 sprint car. Here's the card. That was me and him after the race. The ticket. That was a fun day. The rest of my 124s. Here is Tony Stewart's 2000 car with the Rookie of the Year logo. With a few more of his cars. 2002 Peanuts. Little Tony Stewart action figure on it. And then my Jeff Gordon 124s. His $1 Million Date. Premier DuPont. And his 08 Nicorette. And then here's just some of my other collectibles I'm sure y'all might like. Here's a 143 Tony Stewart car from 2003, Declaration of Independence, little Tony Stewart figure. Another little Tony figure, Dale Sr. Figurine, Tony Stewart bobblehead, Tony Stewart figurine. We got Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Natalia, John Cena, Chris Benoit, Hardy Boy Funkos. Back here, Bobby Labonte bobblehead, Richard Petty, little Kurt Busch figures. Kyle Busch, Martin Truex, Jimmy Johnson, Newman again, Kenseth, Burton, Biffle, Nadu, Harvick, Can, Jack in the Box, 76. We got Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon muscle cars, Finn Balor, Rusty Wallace, Jeff Hardy again, Bill Elliott back there, and then just some little designs. There's Biffle and Waltrip, Bobby Labonte, Monster, David Rudiman. Up here, you got some Jeff Hardy photos, Carl Edwards, Thanks Dale Jr., Stewart, Sonoma, Kurt Busch, Daytona, picture from when Jeff Gordon won the pole at Sonoma in 2005, autographed Tony Kanaan, 2005, picture from his Sonoma win, Tony Stewart's Brickyard win 05, Tony Stewart's Sonoma wins 05, Stewart flag, Gordon, Stewart. A lot of Stewart. You guys know I'm a Tony Stewart fan. Me and Richard Petty's car in 06. This was me watching the Atlanta race in 2004, the race that Tony Stewart ran the McDonald's car. Me and Miss Sprint Cup, Juliana, Tony Kanaan, John Force, and Jeff Hardy. A couple weeks ago, Dale Jr., Tony Stewart, Tony Kanaan, and of course, we're going to be reviewing these. The IndyCar collection that is still growing fast. Tony Kanaan and Scott Dixon pretty much make up this. Back here you can see Robbie Gordon, Tony Stewart, Kanaan, Dixon, Dario, Dan Weldon. Over here, Castro Neves, Rossi, Power, Pagano. I know it's a little dark, but I don't have my flash on right now. Catherine Legg, Kurt Busch, Briscoe, Kimball, Hinchcliffe, Bourdais, Marco. Move over to here, you got Hunter Ray, Newgarden, Graham Rahal, Montoya. And then back here you got Takuma Sato. There we go. Danica, Carpenter, Robert Wickens, Ed Jones, just some newer ones. You guys are going to see a lot of IndyCars within the next month. I'm finally deciding to build up my IndyCar collection. I've always wanted to do it, so I'm doing that. Got a Connor Daly car coming today. Got a spot for it right there. NHRA, you got John Force, a lot of John Forces. Courtney, back here. Back here we got Tony Schumacher, Morgan Lucas, Nigel Mansell. That's kind of it for Diecast, but I also, got some other cool things. Like, here's my thank you, Tony sign I made, and then got him to sign it himself at Sonoma after the win. Eli Tomac, I'm ready for Supercross tonight, baby. Tony Kanaan, Dixon, Kanaan, America, Ryan Sieg, Bubba. This is my Sam Bass drawing I got a couple years back with the AC Delco drivers from the Busch Series, Boyer, Hornaday, Sandra Harvick Jr., Senior, Park, Schrader, Marcus Ambrose, Miss Sprint Cup again, Tony, Mark Martin, Goodyear Road Warriors, NASCAR flag. I've had this flag for at least 15 years now. It's seen better days, but it's still up there. Everybody's favorite driver, Denny Hamlin, 2010 Road Warriors. Over there you got a 2011 Stewart Pennant, and then just kind of some, if I can get over there, yeah, license plates and whatnot, Monster. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and, here's the 2019, and building up the collection again, I got only like 2 or 3 NASCARs I'm waiting on, especially Andy Houston. I'm really looking forward to getting that one, but I hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and give me a follow on IG, JML_Diecast_graphs, and hey, who knows, this might have to be a year thing, making a new review of my setup, but I hope you all enjoyed it. Later.